are live at Ott Field for Chaminade Flyers versus Darien High School in Connecticut, the Blue Wave versus the Flyers. I'm John Baccio here with Braden Schenk. It is Chaminade and DAF Media teaming up for today's call. DAF comes all the way down from Connecticut. And Braden, we're excited to have you.
Yeah, thank you for having us, John. It was a road trip to get up to Chaminade, but a beautiful facility here, and we should have a even better game here on hand.
100%. We would like to take a brief moment to explain something very quickly. We'll get right back to the game.
Yeah, John. So longtime head coach Darien, head coach Jeff Braymeyer, the only coach this program has ever known, did not make the trip this afternoon with the team. He is back home. Coach B has been dealing with an illness. He's doing better, and we send him our very best. Get well, Coach B. In addition, the Darien Lacrosse community is mourning the loss of junior Matthew McAvoy, who tragically passed away last week. We send our thoughts and prayers to the entire McAvoy family.
Now we've got the teams lining up for the national anthem. Chaminade come into this game as the number 12 team in the country. Darien come in as number 18. Preseason, they were 17. Chaminade preseason was number 14. It's definitely going to be a sight to see for both of these teams.
Yeah, and of course last year with COVID not being able to play these out-of-state teams, both coaches have expressed that they're ready to get back out here and play the out-of-state competition, and it's a great matchup, too, of the state's best. You got Connecticut, Darien, and then, of course, New York, the Chaminade Flyers.
Yeah, and definitely a great day to play lacrosse, too. Sunny out, and it was raining earlier this morning, but it cleared up specifically for the game.
Yeah, that's the thing. You check the forecast for it. It was supposed to be raining all day, and there's some gray clouds over the city, but then you get to Chaminade and Mineola, New York, and a beautiful day for some lacrosse.
Most definitely. Jack Moran, the coach for Chaminade, comes into this game with some confidence after a tough win versus Iona Prep last game, 9-8. It's going to be difficult to come into this game versus the number 18 team in the country, but Jack Moran says they got to stick to the fundamentals, play the game that they know, take better shots.
Yeah, and of course they came off a nice win against the Iona Prep team, 9-8, a big win for the team, and really their first contest. They took down Ward Melville and St. Dominic, so playing that tough team, and Iona Prep getting them ready for Darien, and then St. Anthony's coming up soon, so some big games for the Flyers.
Yeah, and Ward Melville went into this season as the number 10 team in the country. They've dipped a lot since then, especially with that loss to Chaminade, 14-3 is not a pretty sight. But Chaminade, definitely one of the best teams in the CHSAA. But last game was not their best. That second quarter, they went scoreless versus Iona Prep. No goals to 2 for Chaminade. And KJ Delane, number 5 for Iona Prep, he had 6 goals. The Merrimack commit went off in that one.
Yeah, they did. And this is a Chaminade team that's a very first-half loaded team, 24 goals of their 37 in the first half. They've struggled closing out games in the fourth quarter, so that's going to be a big storyline to watch here, John.
Yeah, most definitely. Chaminade go into the first half with high hopes. They ended the first quarter versus Iona Prep 5-1. Game only ended 9-8. At one point, it was tied up at 8, so that was scary for a team of this caliber, but they hope to rebound here today versus Darien. Obviously not going to be the easiest of contests, and Darien coming off a 16-2 win versus Brian McMahon Norwalk. I mean, that's got to be a confidence booster.
Yeah, it definitely is. I think the team's a little disappointed. They were supposed to play Manhasset, New York on last Saturday. Of course, got canceled and moved to the 23rd, so having to open with Brian McMahon wasn't ideal for the team, but they're ready here, their second game of the year, and the troops are ready to go.
100%. Coach Jeff Brammer, as we know, is not going to be here for today. The assistant coach, Craig Segrita, will be stepping in as HC for the game. He said they got to stick to the fundamentals, especially when you're coming off such a big win like that. You got to know your competition, and he said the guys are locked in.
Yeah, Chris is a 7-year assistant or head coach, Jeff Braymeyer. He definitely has the experience and really has kind of developed his way up to be Jeff Braymeyer's right-hand man. And, of course, he's going to take the nod today and try to come out of New York with a win. And
Jeff Braymeyer is definitely a great guy to be under. He's been coaching Darien since 1984, 38 years as the HC, 16 FCIAC league chips, and 13 state championships. If you're going to learn under anybody, let it be him.
Yeah, and that number just keeps growing. Last year they took the FCAC title. It was actually number 18 to correct you there, John. But, yeah, they just a program that's on the rise and has always been dominant. They had a stretch of about 5 years or so where they only lost a couple of games and was just winning the state championships after years. So it's definitely a program that's been on the rise and a program that's not going anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, for the last for the last 4 years or so. 2021, 15-1, 2019, 12-4, 2018, 22-1, 2017, 16-0. They haven't lost an in-division game in the last 4 years. That's no easy task.
Yeah, that is, but you do got to look at the schedule and realize there are out-of-conference games, including the one here today, and it's not all in-conference, so they got spoiled a little last year with that a majority of the schedule coming from in-conference, but they want to load it this year with the New York teams, and you see on their schedule the Chaminades, the Yorktowns, the Manhassets, the Brunswicks, the St. Anthony's, just trying to get that out-of-conference competition.
And Chaminade is definitely looking forward to a game against St. Anthony's on Wednesday. St. Anthony's currently the number 3 team in the country. Chaminade, if they want to go into that game with some confidence, they got to come out with a win today.
Yeah, they definitely do. It's definitely going to come down to just who comes out of the gate firing and who can put those early goals up on the board.
The face-off will go with Noah Filippelli of Chaminade, the senior, as well as Ty Kaminsky of Darien. Noah Filippelli gets the clamp, kicks it back, and now we are live in action.
Yeah, Ty Kaminsky has definitely been a big-time fogo for the Blue Wave, uses his strength and his size to his advantage, heading off to Lafayette, the running back for the football team, and really can just power his way through any opposition.
Yeah, the 3-star recruit is definitely not somebody that anybody would want to play with. Ryan O'Rourke steps into the game. Now it's down to Balsamo. Balsamo cuts it into the slot. Balsamo now in the high slot. Kicks it over to Alakwa. Alakwa takes it down the alley. Alakwa trips up. Ball loose. Picked up by Darien.
Great job by Allegro there, getting a little physical there out of the gate and turning it over, giving it now to their goalie, Weibel.
Allegro, the 3-star, going to Navy for the next 4 years. And now Darien will attempt the clear. Goalie Cam Weeble coming all the way out of his half. And now Darien enter the attacking third.
This is where Darien really strives here. They have a ton of great attackers. You have Brady Picorni down there, and you got right now Porter Barnett, just a sophomore, but a really nice stroke to him. Did score against Brian McMahon on Tuesday, so look out for him.
And Brady Picorni, as a freshman, was 2021 FC IAC all first team. As Allegro takes it down and scores. Rather, Finn Picorni strikes immediately. We talk about his cousin, and now it's Finn already on the board.
Great job there by Finn to drive inside and just go right through that Chaminade defensive wall and sending it to the back of the cage.
Picorni, the 3-star, committed to Harvard, decommitted from Richmond, and I mean, it was no shock. If you're getting an offer from a team like that, who wouldn't want to go there? And he's got the grades to show it as well.
Yes, he definitely does. The Ivy League, and Finn Picorni is definitely be making it big time for the Crimson the next 4 years.
Face-off for the same two, Filippelli as well as Kaminsky. Filippelli comes up with it again, tries kicking it back, doing the same move. It's a pill hunt in the middle of the field. Checks going all over the place. Seems as if nobody can come up with it. Now Darien finally gets the clearance.
And John, you can definitely tell after that first Allegro hit, this game has gotten really physical fast. I mean, right there in that face-off, you saw a lot of checks going down. So this could be an interesting afternoon.
And Evan Chick, or rather Kaminsky, with the goal immediately, comes in with the one-handed slash, and Darien goes up to a early 2-0 lead with 10:17 remaining here in the first quarter.
Now that reminds me a lot of the football season right there. He gets that initial contact, fights through it. This fall, 10 yards after contact right there, taking the defender a good 5 yards, throwing the shot up into the back of the net. A great job by Kaminsky.
Physicality is key for Darien in this season, and Kaminsky is no player shy of that. Filippelli wins the faceoff yet again. Chaminade goes 3-0 now. Picking it up is Chaminade. Now they enter the attacking third. Balsamo has it, commanding the offense. Balsamo now on the lower wing, cuts it down to the X, goes back with a swing move. Balsamo holds it in the left hand, gets knocked down. Flags fly. And now play will be called dead. Jack Flaherty was to pick it up. Let's see what this call goes to.
Yeah, it was definitely a hit there on number 12 of Anchek. He was using that long stick a little too aggressive there, and he's probably going to get sent to the box for some time.
Chaminade goes man up for their time, and now a great opportunity. They're in the attack, and that's exactly what they struggled with last game versus Iona Prep. Now you go man up, you have to capitalize right now.
Definitely do, especially down 2-0 early in this one. This really can show that Chaminade wants to get back into this game and cut the deficit only down to 1.
Defenders crowd the hole for Darien. Chaminade will toss it around the horn. Balsamo gets it back on the end of the hash.
Great job by Chaminade to just move the ball around, look for that good opportunity. Try to beat Cam Weibel on one.
Creo now has it. Back to Balsamo in the middle. Landolfi on the wing, committed to Navy. Landolfi, the junior, gets it back. Balsamo commands the offense yet again. Chaminade just looking for the highest percentage shot that they can possibly get. Balsamo gets the underhand shot. No good. Great save right there from Weebler. And now it's a battle for it with Alakwa and Darien. Unfortunately for Chaminade, Darien comes back up with it. And now they look to clear. 8:59 now remaining in the first quarter. Darien still command a 2-0 lead.
John, that was definitely a thing that Darien knew they were going to struggle with going into this season, was finding a solid goaltender. Had Andy Demopoulos last year, now at Brown University, an All-FCX player last year. So some questions surrounding the position, and Cam Weibel's definitely stepped up to it, made a nice save there. And it's going to be interesting if Chaminade can pick up some weakness on him this afternoon.
Demopoulos was a FCIAC all 2021 all first team last season, so it's definitely a big loss for them, and they rotated between two keepers in the last game, both Weeble as well as Hagen. So now it's going to be a competition. We're just going to see how they play, but Weeble does get the start. Chaminade gets it back in transition now. Chaminade goes all the way down. Creo holds it in the right hand in the middle of the slot. Creo, the Richmond commit junior. Now you see a shot from Chaminade. That one can't go. That shot was by Gary Correa, but a great save by Weibel.
Yeah, another big save from here just by Weibel, a senior, definitely using the size to make the stops. Now he's going to try to transition it to the offense.
And now Christian Allegro will take it in. Darien has the time on their hands. 2-0 with 7:44 remaining. There is no need to rush here. You've got a good lead. Now you just got to look for the highest shot, for the highest percentage shot you could possibly get.
Yeah, that's all you really can do. It looks like the penalty did kill off, and Ivanchek is back on the field. So they have the full strength back out. Now they're going to try to use the speed and put one up.
And now Joe Caesar cuts it down, misses, gets his own rebound, and Flynn makes the save.
Definitely Caesar trying to overpower Chaminade, and got the rebound, just couldn't put it back up, but Darien will keep the ball.
Colm Flynn, the senior, starting in net for Chaminade. He started every game of the season so far. Now Minikis will take it down. The leaping shot from Porter Barnett is no good. Colm Flynn comes up with his second save of the game. Now down to Collette. Chaminade look to clear. Sketchy pass right there. Aiden Lau tries picking it up. Now Balsamo, and Darien gets it right back.
Minikis is going to try to now transition it over, get it to Joe Caesar. He's shown he's willing to take the shot. Let him make the smart play.
And now Darien will take their time. Christian Allegro passes it down. They're just going to play with it a little bit at the top of the slot, right near center circle. And now Chaminade has to get a little aggressive. You're down 2-0, 6:35 remaining in the first quarter. Now this is the time where you got to gain some momentum back. Minikis takes it all the way down. Left-handed shot from the left side. No good. That one wide right.
What impresses me about Minikis' shot is just the velocity he can get off that ball. I mean, that thing jumped off his twig right there. Went a little wide, but if he can get it close to the net, it's going to be tough for Flynn.
Minikis, the Loyola commit, and a 4-star recruit. Both 2019 and 2021 FCIAC first-team player. Shot from Darien yet again. That one goes wide, and Chaminade will get it back.
It's really go time now for Chaminade. They got to show that they're willing to hang with the blue wave and put something on the board early, make an early statement.
And Gary Correa is looking like he wants to do that, cradling it in his stick all the way down, and now Lau will get it. Lau tore his ACL in his sophomore season, but now he is back and healthy on the field. You can see he does wear that knee strap just to ensure as much safety as possible, but the Navy commit is not scared of a little fight.
Yeah, like I said, Navy is a great school to be going to, and he's shown he's got the strength for it and the smarts, and he's going to try to let it out here tonight, or rather this afternoon.
Flaherty spins into the middle of the slot, now down the right alley. The shot, no good. Ball will stay with Chaminade.
That looks like Stafford was looking for an explanation on that call, and I don't think he got it.
Creo down to Balsamo. Balsamo, the coveted lefty shot, and it's good.
That's what Chaminade needed right there, going to your big-time scorer. Balsamo, his 9th on the season, and just beating Cam Weibel and putting Chaminade on the board.
Balsamo and Creo. Balsamo actually breaks the tie right now. He was tied 5th in the CHSAA in points at 14. Now he jumps to 15, and he's got the least game played out of anybody in the top 5, and now jumps into that 4 spot.
Yeah, he definitely, I think he's going to be shooting for double digits this game. You might see him take more shots, try to get up to big number 10 on the season in goals, but it's definitely a nice shot, and Chaminade is on the board.
When you're going to Duke, there's no shortage of talent out of him. Filippelli gets the ground ball, gets the clamp and the face-off, but cannot pick up the ground ball. It'll be a foul. And now Chaminade will start in the attack. Correa has it in his twig. And now Balsamo will just look to calm it down. Down 2-1 with 5:11 remaining in the first quarter.
Definitely a change of pace for Chaminade in their normal first quarters. They outscore opponents 15-2 in the first quarter, so they're not used to being scored on in the first quarter, and they're used to putting a lot more up on the board in just the 3 games they've played.
I also don't think they're ready for the. I also don't think they're used to the level of competition that Darien brings to this game. Ward Melville was a great team, but obviously it was no hard task for Chaminade. Now they come into this game against the number 18. Balsamo takes it down the right alley. Lefty shot saved by Weibel. And now Weibel pops up the Gilman. Bit of a fight in transition for it. Flaherty tries ticking it out. The call will go to Darien. Flaherty comes out of the game.
It was a risky pass from Weibel, especially after he makes a nice save. He just kind of threw it in between 2 Darien players, not really looking for anybody, and it could have been bad for the Blue Wave. Instead, it's staying with them.
The clearance was definitely risky. Now you've got Allegro. Allegro taking it down the right alley. Takes the early shot, saved by Flynn. And Flynn clears quickly to Ben Fox, the sophomore on Chaminade. A highly touted prospect, ready to commit in his junior season. Miscommunication on the pass right there. And now Chaminade gets back on defense. Easy pass and a fake shot and in. Brady Picorni strikes for his first goal and puts Darien up 3-1 with under 4 minutes remaining in the first.
I mean, a good way to describe Brady Picorni is he's a magician with the ball. He can just go anywhere with it and really fake out any goaltender, as he did right there on Colm Flynn. I mean, he's got some magnificent shots he takes, and he's just an overall talented player, just a sophomore for the Blue Wave.
Face-off 2 guys will stay the same, but Picorni is one of those guys. I mentioned Ben Fox is a highly touted sophomore. Picorni is the exact same as Ben Fox in terms of he will be committing in his junior season. Ty Kaminsky gets it all the way down, takes the shot, bounce shot no good, wide left. Flynn tries running out for it, and his strides work for him.
I mean, it's also interesting. You look at the 2 goals, and on one side you have Colm Flynn only standing tall at 5'8", and then you have Cam Weibel, who's more of the 6'3", 6'4" range. So you really could see size and height coming into play in the later parts of this game, that Darien might be taking that higher shot on Flynn, trying to beat him to that top bar.
Cross-checks hitting Lau in transition, trying to get the clearance. Lau makes it all the way through. And now he'll just get it down to Balsamo. Balsamo looking to take his time, and it gets poked out of his spoon. And now it'll go Darien's way. Darien has been controlling possession, some would say dominating it in this game so far.
Yeah, it's really the name of the game, just having the possessions, getting the offense together, and it's so far been all Blue Wave. But Chaminade, that one good possession they had, they did result in the Balsamo goal, so it could be kind of a theme going forward, just who has the ball and really determining the winner.
Darien gets it back. Some smart plays have gone in their favor so far. Now with it is Briggs McGuckin.
Yeah, McGuckin, another sophomore for this Blue Wave team. Got called up from JV last year, but he's looking for his first full season for the Wave and making a big impact.
Darien gets it to X. Good checks from Griffin Cole result in a turnover. And now Chaminade work towards the middle third of the field.
Yeah, they just need to get something going here, get some offense, slow it down, really set up their big goal scorers, and try to put some good shots up.
Gary Correa's got an open look down the alley, decides to kick it back out to Landolfi. Now Balsamo's got it. Flag goes up for 2 referees. They won't stop play. Now taking it down is Alakwa.
Yeah, so Chaminade's really now going to slow it down, knowing the flags. For the second that the Blue Wave touched that ball, it's going dead. It's kind of like a hockey delayed penalty. You just got to give it your all right now.
Creo switches into his left hand, now back to the right in the X spot. Creo takes it down the right side. Turnaround shot, no good, over the net. Weibel, the tall presence is definitely scary for a guy like Creo in net. where he loves to come around the crease, take the leaping shot, and get it over goalies. Now with a guy of his size and manner, it's definitely going to be difficult for those kind of shots to fall today.
Yeah, definitely. And Weibel uses that fully to his advantage and really just kind of intimidating the opposition and giving them a tough time. And it's one of his biggest strengths out there.
A big turnout for Chaminade in Gold Star Stadium today. Tons of fans from both sides. Only an hour drive from Connecticut. So people, the lacrosse heads of their families, are now able to come down and watch.
I mean, the hour drive might be a little deceiving. Traffic out here ain't great on a Saturday, but, you know, for some nice day of lacrosse, you definitely got to make the trip out here.
Landolfi down to Flaherty. Creo back to Flaherty. Play has restarted, so now Chaminade's probably going to pick up the pace a little bit. 3-1 is still the score. Balsamo from the top of the soccer box. That one bounces out. It'll stay with Chaminade. 1:24 remaining in the first quarter. Chaminade's got to get a goal in if they want to switch momentum for the second, where they do not perform as well.
Yeah, the second's definitely been a downhill ride for Chaminade, including that scoreless streak.
And Landolfi. We talk about scoreless. Landolfi strikes to make a score. That's his sixth point of the season. He had 1 goal and an assist versus Doms, and now he starts off strong with a goal right here in Darien. 3-2 now the score, 1:15 remaining. And we saw Chaminade last time get the last possession versus Iona Prep in that first quarter. They scored with 4.6 remaining. They're most likely going to look to do the same thing here.
Yeah, they got 1:15 on the clock. Whoever wins this face-off will definitely be sitting pretty for the last shot of the quarter.
And Kaminsky comes up with it. Chaminade gets it back. And the long sticks do not work out. Darien still retrieves it. The ground ball up for play. Bit of a late check on Kaminsky right there, and now play will be called dead. Ben Fox got a little bit too aggressive on that one. The sophomore, maybe not as experienced in the varsity level. He should know that can't slide.
Yeah, that's one of those calls that's an easy call to make as an official. And, you know, if there was a student section, you're probably chanting that you can't do that chant. I mean, it was a pretty obvious call there, and he's going to have to give Darien the man-up opportunity here.
A man-up opportunity with under a minute remaining is a scary sight if you are Chaminade.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Darien, they're now going to try to take that last shot, and they've shown all their weapons here. The Picorni, the cousins, you have Joe Caesar, as well as Minikis and Barnett. So definitely the guys they need to try to slow down. And it's not going to be easy, a man down as well.
No, not at all. Seems as if Porter Barnett will be taking it in from about the 35-yard line. Darien just going to look to get in their set, get the best shot they possibly can, but they can definitely take their time. Clock starts up, and Darien's back in action. Defenders fill the hole for Chaminade. Allegro now with it. Pass down. Pass up to the top of the circle. And Minikis strikes again.
Great goal there, going low and beating Colm Flim down by his feet. And Darien taking the 2-goal lead right back.
Minikis, as we stated before, the Loyola MD commit makes it 4-2 with 43 seconds remaining. A beautiful shot from the top of the soccer box right there, right in the middle of the slot, just to deceive Colm Flynn. You would think they're going to take their time. Nope, Minikis strikes in the greatest opportunity he can.
Yeah, I was saying that a couple minutes ago. The velocity he gets off that stick is just incredible, and if he can put that ball on net, it's a tough time for any goalie to stop.
And now a switch in the face-off position has happened. William Ball has stepped in. The freshman on varsity has come into the game as the Fogo, the only freshman on the squad as of now.
It's always fun watching those Fogos absolutely sprint off the field after the face-off, and now they're trying to set up the offense for the Blue Wave.
Definitely tough for a freshman to go up against a guy like Ty Kaminsky in a face-off. I mean, it's not very pretty.
Even some seniors have a tough time going against Ty Kaminsky, let alone a freshman.
Pass down to X for Darien. Comes up from the crease. Shot on the doorstep. And now it's 5-2 with 8 seconds remaining. Goal scored by Colin McCann.
It actually looks like Barnett might have gotten it.
Yep, he's walking up the field right now. That is Barnett. Barnett strikes again. The attacker on primetime lacrosse. The sophomore gets his second goal of the game. First goal of the game, rather.
Yeah, like I said, definitely a sophomore, and got some good shots from him, and 8 seconds left. I'm not really sure how much Chaminade can do, but they're definitely going to give it a shot.
If Filippelli can win the faceoff, then Chaminade might be in a decent position here. Chaminade does win it. They got to move quickly. Creo gets it. He's just got to fire off a shot. Second remaining. He shoots. No good. So very close, yet so far. And Chaminade goes into the second quarter down 5-2. Definitely not an easy task to come back from this one, especially with the drought of scoring that they've had in the second quarter.
Yeah, John, I think the big thing that Coach Moran is telling his team this break is you just got to keep shooting, keep taking the shots, throw the history out the window. It's a new day, it's a new game, and they can easily find themselves right back in this game.
Yeah, and I mean, goal scorers are plentiful for Chaminade. Gavin Creo hasn't gone a single game without 3 goals this season. He's tied 5th in points, and his tied was Balsamo. Now he is 5th on his own. The Richmond commit is definitely not scared of the shot.
No, definitely not. And you just got to keep putting it on Cam Weibel, and eventually he might fall and break one, or let one behind him, rather. So they just got to keep taking the shots. They've shown that they can shoot them. Just got to put a little bit more precision on them and try to find the back of the net.
And Weibel's been having himself an incredible game so far. That tall stature has definitely worked out. It's not something that Chaminade has necessarily seen so far. So it's kind of putting some fear into a guy like Balsamo or a Creo or even a Landolfi.
Yeah, like I said, Weibel, there's nothing else like him out there, and he really is just one of a kind goaltender. He's a big guy. He can make the stops, and he really hasn't seen any varsity experience prior to this.
100%. Just a reminder, our program at Chaminade, the sports broadcasting team, is working with DAF Media to produce this broadcast. DAF Media is a joint venture between the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. We're glad to have you guys here today for this incredible broadcast, a great setup here, and we've definitely got some perks that Chaminade hasn't seen in the past, but it's been great so far, and we're looking forward to having an even better broadcast as this goes on.
Yeah, thank you from wherever you may be, Connecticut, Long Island, anywhere else, tuning into this great lacrosse matchup. Can't think of any better way to be spending a Saturday afternoon than here on the Chaminade Network and DAF Media.
Yeah, I mean, a number 12 versus 18 in the country game is never a sad sight to see. Everybody is going to want to tune into that game, so we very much appreciate you guys. Ty Kaminsky and Noah Filippelli go out for the face-off. We are getting ready for second quarter action as Chaminade is about to break the huddle. Darien gets all their guys out there, and they're ready to roll.
Yeah, like I said, they got to come out here with a little pip in their stride and really, switching sides, trying to use that goal at their advantage and put some up on the board.
5-2 is the score. 12 minutes are put on the clock. Kaminsky's already ready. He was getting into his clamp position, and now they're setting it back a little bit. And now they both go down, ready for the clasp. Filippelli wins it after the ball goes loose. The pill hunt stays with Filippelli. Filippelli gets it down now, and Justin McMahon, the UPenn commit, has got it in the X spot. Now down to Balsamo. Balsamo loves playing that wing role for Chaminade.
Yeah, and he's got a great shot to him. He can find his way, up in the lane and put a shot up and really make any opposition give him a tough time, and he has scored in this game, so he's definitely going to be someone Chaminade's going to try to get going.
Now Alakwa's got it right in the middle of the slot. Alakwa passes back. Now Flaherty. Flaherty to McMahon. McMahon takes the falling shot. No good. Saved by Weibel. Weibel tries clasping it down, and he does. Balsamo puts a twig in his face. Weibel gets it back down. And now Darien is on the move. Now double teamed is Colin McCann. And now Darien will call timeout, a much-needed timeout. Colin McCann was getting double-teamed here on the sideline. The senior wasn't looking too happy with that one.
Yeah, nice placement timeout there by interim head coach Chris Segreta, and just kind of giving his team a little relief and now huddling them up.
Segreta definitely seemed confident pregame. His guys came out and got a 16-2 win in their season opener. And now you go into a team like Chaminade thinking the best, especially against this type of competition. You need to have high hopes going into this game.
Yeah, it's another thing that these teams have never met before, so you don't have any history or anything to go off. You're purely going off who they've played, their past history, and it could be a little deceiving because you don't know what the full story here, and just kind of getting your best sense coming into this game. You can definitely tell warming up the skills and the players that this Flyers team has, and I think Darien knew they were going to have a tough time, and they've been making it look easy out there so far.
Yeah, Darien looking like they're having no problem so far. 11:09 remaining here in the second quarter. Chaminade got off to a quick and dominant start. Coach Moran teaching them up on the sideline. He's been the head coach for 42 years at Chaminade, spent 2 years as assistant at Garden City and Levittown, And he's also inducted into the 2015 U.S. Lax Metro Hall of Fame, one of the greatest lacrosse coaches, quite simply, of all time.
Yeah, I don't know how Chaminade fills that position once he's gone. I mean, he is just so accomplished and such a veteran guy, and he's definitely coached his Flyers team to some great success over the years.
Yeah, and I think he's definitely got a bunch of years to come, but that's not something that Chaminade has to worry about right now. All they got to worry about is this game that's ahead of them. They're down 5-2 in this second quarter, and they've never been particularly great. So now they got to deal with that and move on with it from that disappointing first, some may say.
Yeah, like I said, 2 goals isn't great, but they do still have a lot of lacrosse left to play. They still have 3 quarters presumed, so there is still time for the Flyers to get back in this one.
Now Mineola has it. Mineola takes it on the left hand, comes off the pick, flips it in, the doorstep back, behind the back shot. And it's a beauty. Brady Picorni with an absolutely incredible shot, and the crowd is stunned.
Wow. He had a goal similar to that last year when they played Brunswick, just going behind the back. Once again, a magician with the ball. He could go anywhere with it. And a beautiful goal for the Darien sophomore.
That was absolutely magical. Brady Picorni trots into his position in happiness. And now Chaminade have to be thinking to themselves, what are we going to do now? All the momentum is in their favor. We just got to play tough defense, get good shots, and see what happens. Filippelli gets the illegal procedure on the face-off. Now possession will go to Chaminade. Allegro now has it by the 25. Now trotting over to goal line extended. Now back to the X. Allegro doing it all himself, and he's been such a crucial part to this playmaking that Darien has been putting together today. Him and Mineola have been crucial parts in this attack.
Yeah, they're football teammates in the fall. They have the chemistry coming out on the lacrosse field. 2 very athletic guys, and they have bright futures ahead of them in the sport of lacrosse.
100%. Both committed to go to big colleges for lacrosse. Now with it is a shot from Darien, and it's in the back of the net yet again. Do you question Colm Flynn at this point? Because it is not looking too good. Mineola gets another goal.
I mean, that is just an unbelievable pass and a great finish from Mineola. And, I mean, Flynn has just really not been able to contend with Darien so far.
The passing has been absolutely on point this game for Darien, finding all the guys in the open spots. The doorstep shots have been plentiful for Darien, and they've fallen nearly every time. Chaminade has to be scared right now because Darien's jumping up and down on the sideline.
Yeah, they definitely do. And you look at it, it took Darien for the first, I think, 10 minutes or so, they had 2 goals. And now, just 3 minutes into the quarter, they have 2 goals, or really even 2 minutes. So it's definitely been a change of pace, and the Blue Wave came out of the quarter firing. And Chaminade's got to slow it down, get the offense going and try to put some shots up on Weibel.
Yeah, and something that definitely hasn't worked out is Chaminade is just getting a little bit impatient on defense. Their defenders are kind of staying too high up, and then the backdoor cuts from the X are definitely not helping them out. So I think all you got to do is really stay patient, stay in your lane, know what you're doing on defense, and kind of just stay calm no matter where you are.
Yeah, I mean, that's all. That's the name of the game, is just staying calm and really, keeping your composure, putting the shots up, because it's a long game, and you just got to stay on your own head and play your own game.
Darien trots out of the huddle in high hopes. 9:55 remaining in the second quarter. The score is 7-2 in favor of Darien. They've come out here and proven their ranking.
Yeah, they definitely have, and the season's still young for the Blue Wave. They have a ton of great games still on store, so the season's looking bright for this Blue Wave team, and it could be one of the team's best rosters they've really ever seen.
And now you can see, definitely coming off a game from Iona Prep, 9-8 win. That was not the game that you wanted to come into this one after. A game like this where it's such a high level of competition, and Iona Prep, not to bash on their program at all, but they're not the level of Chaminade, quite simply, and I think that's kind of a socially accepted thing at this point as Chaminade takes possession. Coming off a close win versus Iona Prep was unexpected, to say the least, and that's not the game that you want to be the momentum shifter for Darien.
Yeah, and like I said, it's just playing these out-of-teams, or playing out-of-state teams, and really getting some better competition out here, challenging yourself. It's great for both programs out here, Darien and Chaminade, and like I said, first time they've ever met, so hopefully maybe a tradition after this that these teams will play annually. They're supposed to play in 2020, and of course, COVID happened.
Alakwa with the shot goes wide. Possession goes back to Chaminade, and now you can see they're being a lot more aggressive on offense, passing around a lot more quickly, a lot more running on the field, a lot more movement, and that's definitely something they had to have talked about in the huddle as Creo comes along goal line extended high.
They just got to keep that ball moving, keep it in their control, and just find the perfect shot because they've been a little bit sloppy out here so far.
Balsamo comes up to the high end of the slot. Balsamo now in the middle. Finds Alakwa. Alakwa the shot again. No good. Creo in the X spot gets them possession back. Chaminade's got to get it moving. 7-2 is the score. Under 9 minutes remaining in the half. Creo, the fake jump around. Creo now on the wing. Trotting down to goal line extended. Flips it to X, Justin McMahon. McMahon spins back. McMahon fiddling with it in the X. Now gets it out to Alakwa. Alakwa can't control the pass. Now down to the wing is Flaherty. Flaherty fakes the pass off the wing. O'Rourke takes himself a shot, and the elevator shot is good. Chaminade makes it 7-3, and that's the momentum booster that you need.
Only the second goal for O'Rourke all season, and or that's just Flaherty, my apologies, but a great shot from him and getting Chaminade right back in this game.
Yeah, O'Rourke had a goal and an assist versus St. Dom's and a 14-3 win, and now he gets a goal in a crucial point, and the coaches are telling him to stay calm right now because it's still a long way to go in this one.
Yeah, that's one thing. It's just part of the job. You got to score and move on to the next goal. I mean, they're down by 4. They're not out of it. Still a lot of time left to play, and the same thing for Darien. You just can't get in your head and think you have this game won because you don't. You still have a lot of time left.
Ty Kaminsky comes up with it, the lofting shot over, and now it's an egg hunt, and Darien comes up with it, specifically Matthew Minikis. And now Minikis will look to take Ben Fox, the senior versus sophomore. Fox tossing him a couple checks.
And when you talk about athletic families in the town of Darien, and especially in the sport of lacrosse, you can't forget to mention Matthew Minikis, a long line of brothers coming through the Darien program, and a lot of his brothers now playing Division I. Matthew actually the youngest, so the end of the Minikis dynasty in town.
Darien with a shot, they'll get possession back. Now with it is Finn. Finn takes the shot. Finn Picorni, the Harvard commit, looks to tie up his brother's tally on the goal scoring. 7-3 still the score. 7:40 remaining in the quarter.
He's going to try to find something here, keep it going.
Spin moves down the left alley from Joe Caesar. Caesar kicks it back out now. Caesar gets it back. High goal line extended in the middle of the slot. Takes the shot. No good. That one wide left. Combe Flynn now with a presence in goal.
Yeah, Flynn just a senior, actually a senior rather. He's really stepped it up here since that first quarter, and now he's giving Darien kind of a tough time.
In the middle of the field is Allegro. Allegro spins out of the double team, and it falls in. Dribbling past Combe Flynn. An unfortunate event for Chaminade. And now Darien responds immediately to Chaminade's adrenaline booster.
Yeah, Flynn thought he had it there, went with the low scoop on it, just misses it, trickles past him, and a Darien goal on the board.
And Darien not having to change their face-off guy the entire time. Ty Kaminsky has been absolutely dominating. But now Chaminade sends Quinn Ball back out. A freshman versus the senior is definitely not going to be easy. Quinn Ball actually gets it. Ty Kaminsky tries getting the scoop up, and Darien, after Jack Flaherty can't pick it up, retrieves possession yet again. Under 7 minutes remaining. 8-3 is the score in favor of the Blue Wave.
Yeah, Ball thought he had it for a second. He beat Kaminsky on the face-off, but Darien using those other assets to try to get the ball and now set up their offense.
Strub now trots down to goal line extended low. Strub spins back, pass in, Brady Picorni strikes again. A hattie for Brady Picorni, and we're only in the first half. An incredible display of talent from the sophomore.
I mean, you can't get much better than that, Brady. That is his 5th goal on the season, and I mean, this season's still young, so definitely look out for him throughout the course of this year.
Yeah, he already finished all-conference first team last year as a freshman, so there's no reason why you won't be doing it as a sophomore as of right now.
Yeah, and I mean, this really the second quarter, Darien's turned it on. They had 5 goals in the first quarter combined. Now only 5 minutes into the second quarter, they have 4. So Darien's really stepped it up since the bus drag, if you will.
Filippelli went back in his face-off, still loses it though. Spin out of the team from Filippelli. And the shot from Joe Caesar is no good. Darien retains possession. Now down is Porter Barnett. Barnett into Picorni. Picorni, the fake, the shot, no good. The deflection actually came from Chaminade. And now a flag is on the field. That'll be on Darien.
Yeah, the crowd, they're not happy with that call. It looks like it's going to be on number 8, Joe Caesar.
And now Chaminade's got a man-up opportunity. They couldn't strike last time, but now this is the best time they possibly could. You're a man-up, about 6 minutes remaining. Score is 9-3 for Darien. If you want to score 4 and kind of get the momentum back, now's the time to do it.
Yeah, it definitely is. You got that deficit to cut down. You really can use a goal right here with the man up, so a big opportunity for the Flyers.
Creo will be taking it from midfield, an unusual position in a playmaker's spot in the middle. Normally you see him trotting around the X. Same with Balsamo, but now you've got him in a high position, kind of the Alakwa type role. Going to be different to see how Creo capitalizes from this spot.
Yeah, like I said, they just need to take advantage of that Darien zone defense and find the open guy and put the shot up on net.
Alakwa fakes the shot now down to Creo. Now Landolfi. Flaherty. Landolfi from the wing. Creo in the middle of the slot. Landolfi back on the wing. Looks in for Balsamo. No good. No pass made. Alakwa down to Flaherty. Flaherty high goal line extended. Flaherty shot. Landolfi down to Balsamo, and Balsamo strikes again. He gets double-digit goals on the season and cuts the deficit to 5 for Chaminade.
That's exactly what Chaminade needed right there. Feed your #1 goal scorer and finding the back of the net, beating Cam Weibel high. So a great goal there.
And the potent offensive Chaminade strike is exactly what we saw right there. The touted elevator shot from Charles Balsamo definitely came into play. The underhand scoop definitely took Cole Weibel for a bit of a shock. Filippelli in a toss-up eventually wins the face-off. Now out in transition is Chaminade. They get it down to Creo. Creo comes down guarded by Allegro. Creo now to Landolfi. Landolfi in the X position. Landolfi pass out to Creo. Creo will take it by the crease now into the X. Creo loses his spoon. And now Darien will scoop it up.
That's just overpowering long stick defenders right there. Jeremiah Stafford and Brian Martin there using the long sticks to knock the stick of Chaminade away and now try to turn it over to the offense.
Landolfi tries putting a body on Allegro, but Allegro's unfazed.
Got to move it around.
Darien's just trying to pass it around. Now Stratford finds an open look, rather Picorni. Picorni takes the shot. Flynn with the save, picked up by Minikis.
That's Brady Picorni using his speed for you right there, finding the open opportunity, taking the shot, and a great job by Darien to recover and keep it going.
And now Strub will take it by the 40. Down to Picorni. Finn Picorni, I should say. 4:19 on the clock. Darien have a 5-goal lead until that, with that much time remaining in the half. Alakwa with the check, the can opener spoons it out. And now Juric tries picking it up, can't get it. There'll be a stoppage of play. It'll go Chaminade's way. The ferocious tenacity of George Juric works out in favor of Chaminade. He's committed to Lafayette. The junior has no shortage of fight in him.
You got to give credit on that play right there, number 12, Griffin Cole, losing a shoe but staying with it and keeping the play up.
Early shot from Alakwa, but it's saved by Weibel. An incredible save right there, picks it up right off the ground, and the Notre Dame commit hasn't been able to make an impact with his scoring thus far. A turnover now for Chaminade, and they look to attack quickly. Balsamo forced it, and now he gets it. 3:45 remaining on the clock until halftime.
Yeah, Chaminade definitely can use some goals. Only 2 goals in the second quarter, so they definitely could use something here going into the half and cut that deficit of Darien down a little bit.
O'Rourke cuts it down to the right alley. O'Rourke into Landolfi. Landolfi can't handle the pass. Alakwa jars it out. And now it's loose. Weibel picks it up in net. Kicks it down to Mac McGarren. And McGarren looks to start it up in transition. A hit from Creo. And McGarren stays with it. Rather, that is Finn Picorni staying with it. Checks coming from all over the field. Creo can't pass half. And now a call is made on the field by the referee.
Like
it's on Christian Alakwa. The slash will put Darien a man up. With under 3 minutes remaining, Darien now will look to make it double-digit goals on the board.
They definitely told only one official threw that flag and saw it, and Darien's now going to go with the man-up offense. Slash penalty on Alakwa.
Darien's going to take their time on this one. Chaminade is just going to crowd the hole as much as they possibly can. Get their best defenders in there. You got Ben Fox, Griffin Cole, Connor Collette committed to Union College, as well as other guys in the mix. Tons of quality talent out there. You got Pat Flaherty for Icon Lacrosse. He's actually trotting out as of now. But definitely a ton of very good talent out there. Owen Murphy, the Lehigh commit. Chaminade just looking to get their best defenders out there for these last 3 minutes, because now Darien's going to calm it down, look for their best opportunity, and the passes have been nothing short of incredible thus far.
So it actually was 2 penalties on Chaminade.
Allegro takes the shot from deep, and it's too easy at this point. Colm Flynn couldn't get to it. And now, do you make a goalie change? Because clearly Flynn has not been the option in net today.
I think you might have to at some point, if not the half. You got to give something new a shot. I mean, right there, that's not really Chaminade's fault, playing the 6-on-4 on the offense, having the 2 penalties against them. So it was definitely tough, but I think at halftime, head coach Jack Moran might be going into his depth, maybe pulling out Verdi.
Yeah, Verdi committed to Johns Hopkins for the next 4 years. Actually in number 57 today rather than 47. But Flynn has been great all season, but today just maybe hasn't been his day, and now there's definitely a decision out there for Jack Moran to make. Darien comes up with yet another face-off. Flaherty trying to chase him down. And Darien will just calm this one down. Score is 10-4 in favor of Darien.
Yeah, they're just going to keep the offense going, keeping it rolling. Looks like Chaminade's back to full strength now, 6-on-6. But the clock's just going to keep ticking. Darien's going to keep trying to add to that lead, and Chaminade needs to make a stop at some point.
Now with it by the X is Wyatt Bowman. Bowman takes it up by the crease. Pass out to Brady Picorni. Shot goes over the back nets. And Darien will get another try.
Looks like a Mini Cooper out there might have gotten drilled with that. I'm not sure if Picorni's paying for the insurance on it or not, but it was still a good shot from him anyways.
Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a discussion for the sophomore to have with his parents, but it's a topic for another time.
At least he's coming back to Chaminade sometime soon.
Minikis, now with it at the 30, high slot, takes the shot wide right. Darien gets it right back. 1:49 is on the clock. Darien looks to make it a 7-goal lead.
I mean, this is not the game I don't think anyone expected, especially in the first half. I think people were expecting more of that first quarter, a lot closer of a game, and more of a defensive battle, but it's really not been that.
Minikis looked for the shot, decides not to take it, and now Darien will just pass it around the horn. Darien trying to get it by the doorstep as much as they possibly can. That's what they love to do out of the crease. Shot goes to the side of the net. And now Chaminade gets in transition. Flaherty's got it, spins off one defender, gets checked by another, gets it up, and Chaminade clears. No, they do not. Flaherty with an errant pass. And the settle from Brad Wyckoff was not there.
Darien's now going to try to turn the Jets on, try to get some last shots up. See Thurlow now using that hockey speed coming down the wing.
And now it'll be timeout Darien. 59 seconds on the clock. Braden, it begs the question, what's the play here?
I think they just got to slow it down, try to take that last shot. A minute, they can definitely do it. And if they see an opportunity like they did earlier where you have that perfect shot, take it. Don't be afraid. Because that's the thing is this game is starting to go into Darien's way. You just want to keep adding on and put this game out of reach for Chaminade.
Yeah, Darien really has taken their time on their possessions, and it's truly worked out for them. The play from the X where they come up right by the crease, pass it into the doorstep, and it's an easy shot, fake, whatever they want to do, maybe even an underhand. No matter what the shot selection is, it's pretty much just always in the back of the net, whether it's Brady Picorni, Finn Picorni, guys like Allegro, Minicus, anybody. All of them have struck today, and they've all played incredible roles in that doorstep play.
Yeah, like I said, Darien, they just have so many weapons on the offense, and if you're in opposition, I'm not really sure if you can contain all of them, so you just need to pick your and fight your battles. And today, it's really just been all Darien, and I mean, there's still a second half left to play, so the door is not completely shut on Chaminade, but they definitely need to make some changes at the half.
Yeah, 100%. And Darien has no shortage of firepower on defense as well. I mean, you not only get 10 goals on offense, but you hold Chaminade to 4 in the first 2 quarters, an extremely rare sight for the squad. And now the Flyers definitely have some questions in their minds for half.
Yeah, especially a team that's, scored 37 goals in the past 3 games. That's a little over 10 goals on average a game, so 4 goals in one half is not great for Chaminade. But like I said, John, there's still another 24 minutes to play after this.
It's not great for Chaminade. It is indeed great for Darien, and that's how they walk into this possession. Allegro will be taking it right on the wing of the 40-yard line. He'll be guarded up close by the long stick of Colin Sim, the Marquette commit. Logan Bradish also steps into the game. Chaminade trying to get all their short stick D middies in just so that they can get as much athleticism for this last play because they want to be able to press.
Yeah, they got to be a little aggressive here. Got to play the tight defense. Darien, they know, is going to be looking for a shot and not making any risky passes, especially with 40 seconds left to play in the half.
Bradish plays very deep out on Finn Picorni. Bradish not scared of the opposition, though. And he trots it all the way out to the center circle. This man defense has to work out for Chaminade one way or another. Picorni flips up the pass. Now with it is Joe Caesar. Caesar down to Brady Picorni. Picorni comes off a couple picks. Picorni shoots. Saved by Flynn. And now they've got 10 seconds. Flynn tosses up the Gilman all the way down the field. 6 seconds now. Chaminade has to make something happen, and they'll call timeout. Just under 4 seconds remaining. Chaminade has that much time to get a shot up and in.
Yeah, they definitely are going to try to draw something up in the huddle, if you will. 4 seconds. It's not a lot of time, but it is definitely time for a quick pass in, quick shot and release, and try to beat Cam Weibel for one last magical play before the half.
Yeah, not a lot of time, but it's enough if you're Chaminade. 1-2 quick passes and then a shot is not a difficult task if you are the Flyers at this point. The offense is going to come up with a good play. And Darien's defense now, who's kind of the personnel that you want to put out there for such a short time?
I think you got to give it to all your long stick defenders, Mac McGarren, Jeremiah Stafford, and Brian Martin are the 3 I think you definitely got to go to in this situation. Use the long sticks, try to get that ball loose, and play with a little bit more physicality because 4 seconds left. I mean, if there's a flag thrown, it's really not going to kill you.
Yeah, another thing, you do want to get your log sticks out there. I'd agree, purely because you're not going to be playing as far out. Chaminade's not going to be looking at a shot from the 30-yard line. They're going to be looking to get as close as possible with this one, especially with that little amount of time.
Yeah, it's almost like on the basketball court, 3 seconds left. You're just going to throw the alley hoop up and try to catch it, or tip it in and just try to get something on the board before the half. So Chaminade's going to try to take a risky shot here, and Darien's just got to play it smart. Vanchek also going to probably be out on the field. The other long stick midi I forgot.
Yeah, Vanchek, the 4-star recruit Villanova commit defenseman. He was 2021 FCIAC all-first team, and he's had no shortage of talent. Flaherty will take it, high goal line extended with 4 seconds to go. Flaherty gets it down to the X. Bad pass. It'll roll all the way out, and the clock expires.
Smart play by Darien right there, playing with the physicality, pushing a little bit, and really just kind of forcing Chaminade away, not being able to catch the ball. So great job by the Darien D.
And an extremely disappointing half from the Flyers. 10-4 is the score going into second half action. What has gone wrong?
I think for Chaminade, they've been taking the shots. The defense has really been killing them. I mean, a team like Darien, if you give them those looks and they keep scoring, 10 goals is a lot for one half. So I think their defense really needs to step it up and start shutting down Darien, whether that be a goalie change, going to Verdi, or just playing the better D. And then on the offense, they just got to keep taking the opportunities, and eventually some of them are going to fall and beat Cam Weibel. And as for Darien, the big thing for them is they just can't let this go to their head, let them get a little cocky, if you will. They got to keep the pedal on the metal, keep playing well for the final 24 minutes.
Yeah, 100%. You're totally right with keeping the pedal on the metal. Darien really has to stay in that potent offense, keep getting good shots fast. I would say for Chaminade, what you really got to do here, just get shots up. They've really been too patient, I would say, today. And a lot of what they were working on in practice this week after a really bad second and third quarter in their eyes against Iona Prep was just getting the smart shot. But I think in this scenario, you just have to get up a shot rather than a smart one.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, I mean, if you're Darien, you really got to just conserve the ball, play the longer possessions, and Chaminade, you got to take the smarter shots, beat Cam Weibel, because they've shown when they have a nice possession, they put up the good shot, they can really find the back of the net, but when they take those quicker, riskier shots, it doesn't really end well for the Flyers.
Yeah, quicker, riskier shots, definitely not the move, I would say. But the longer possessions maybe aren't either. Chaminade loves to thrive in those quick sort of passes where they find an open look fairly quickly and they can just fire it off immediately. Chaminade just has to find those good looks because when they have a good possession, it's fast, it's quick pace, the chemistry is there, and that's exactly what they need right now.
Yeah, like I said, it's all just a battle of possession, and Darien has shown they're going to go fast and they're going to keep the shots going, keep the offense going, and Chaminade just have to slow them down at some point.
Yeah, 100%. The Blue Wave is riding today.
Yes, they are, and it's going to be an interesting second half because I think they're going to keep a lot of the same going, and it's going to be interesting to see how the second half plays.
Yeah, the second half is going to be very interesting. You get to see a lot of those new looks from Chaminade if they do choose to switch up anything, maybe a goalie change, maybe a change in personnel on defense or even on offense. I mean, that's where your best guys lie, such as Alakwa, Balsamo, Creo. I mean, there's so many more that you can name. There's no shortage of star power on the offense. It's just a matter of getting it in the back of the net because Weibel has had such an incredible performance.
Yeah, I mean, Weibel's definitely someone to go to, and like so we might see Carter Hagan come out in the second half. It all depends on what head coach Chris Segreta is really thinking here and just what is going to set Darien best up to come out of New York with a win.
Yep, that'll do it. We'll head to commercial for a slight bit. We'll see you back for the second half. The Blue Wave is riding. 10-4 is the score in favor of Darien. We'll see you back in the second.
The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared to respond whenever you need it.
I'd like to thank the Darien Foundation for their continued support. They've been a wonderful partner, and they've taken this vision that we've had for this property and make it a reality.
Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
This is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
It's important for people to be proud of where they live and to understand that if they want a better society, that they need to fund places like the Darien Foundation and the places like the Mather Homestead because they're so rich in cultural achievements that it makes it a better place to live.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the Center Oval and Upper Oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England, all made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
This is David Genovese, founder of Corbin Cares. Corbin Cares Phase 2, in partnership with the Darien Foundation, was launched to support the people who support Darien. Corbin Cares partnered with the Darien Foundation to thank essential workers, teachers, police officers, firefighters, EMTs, town employees, and postal workers who stepped up during the pandemic. Family meals for four were provided by Four Forks, Bodega, Michael Joseph's, 1020 Post, and Parlor Pizza and Wine. Post 53 was treated to a tacos and waffles night with Bodega and the Waffle Cabin. Thanks to countless donors, 910 family dinners for four and 110 posties were served. And the Corbin Cares office was flooded with notes, emails, and letters of gratitude. Thanks to the essential workers and generous donors, you are all that make this community great.
We are DAF Media, Darien's hometown source for sports, arts, and entertainment, established in 2017. We are Community, a volunteer-based organization that gives nearly 50 Darien High School students hands-on experience in video production. We are Cutting Edge, a STEM initiative. Students use cameras, computers, sound equipment, and innovative software. We are Live, streaming 120 events per year on our YouTube channel. We are On the Stage. We are At the Big Games. We are On the Field. We are In the Gym. We are On the Move, live streaming not only in Darien, but throughout southwestern Connecticut and the tri-state area. We are making a difference. We are DAF Media. This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
We are back for the third quarter. The second half is about to start up. 10-4 is the score in favor of Darien. Noah Filippelli and Ty Kaminsky are on the face-off. And it was a very disappointing first half from Chaminade. They have to rebound in this one.
Yeah, they definitely do. And, I mean, it's a story. You got to play all 4 quarters. At Chaminade, they do still have 2 more quarters to go out there and play. And it's going to be interesting if they can turn it on.
Yep, I'm John Baccio here with Braden Schenk. The DAF media team as well as the Chaminade Sports Broadcasting team combined to produce this broadcast on multiple platforms. Brady Pokornik has it at the left hand of the slot. Pokornik takes it down, guarded up close by Flaherty. Pokornik gets the switch now. Pokorny.
Yeah, there's definitely a point of emphasis in the Darien huddle at the half, not really rushing any play. You have the time, a 6-goal lead, just taking it slow, look for the perfect opportunities, and they're going to definitely be doing that this half.
Yeah, Darien's definitely taking their time. Now back in the X position is Porter Barnett. Barnett guarded up close by Carson Healy. Healy both the face-off guy and short stick D midi. Carson Healy places a nice check. Barnett comes around the corner. Shot no good. Darien retains. And now with it is Finn Pokorny. Back out is Minikis. Minikis. Now a pill hunt on the floor. It'll go in favor of Darien. Bit of a toss-up right there for Chaminade. The score is still 10-4, 10:40 remaining. Brady Pokorny takes it down all the way to goal line extended.
Yeah, Darien's definitely slowing this down. I mean, you see opportunities from Barnett or Pokorny that they could have taken and scored a goal. Instead, they're just going to take their time, take their long possessions, and maybe come away with a goal.
Coming around the corner is Minikis. He takes the shot no good. You can even see in terms of slowing the game down, Pokorny was doing the little basketball player walk when they're going onto the floor.
Yeah. And like that's something Darien, they're just going to keep the clock going. 6-goal lead against one of the top teams in the nation and the Chaminade Flyers. Just preserve the lead and just keep the ball as much as you can.
Allegro can't handle the pass very well. Bounce shot to Colm Flynn. Flynn retrieves, and now possession goes to Chaminade. Very impressive play right there from Flynn. And they don't change up the goalie, which I kind of respect as a decision. Flynn, maybe not with the greatest of first halves, but if you want to keep it the same way, keep the chemistry going, then you got to do what you got to do.
I think the big thing, John, you got to look at is Chaminade. They're going to need the defense to step it up and put some more pressure on Darien, knock the ball loose, and the offense has got to be quicker. So it's not necessarily the goalie and Flynn, but more the other assets having to step up, and as a result, Flynn might be getting some more support out there and less shots on him.
Flaherty takes it to the middle of the slot. Stutter step now down to the right side. Flaherty takes the shot off the bar.
And, John, the other thing is you look at in the last 2 minutes of the first half, Darien had that slow possession, looked for the last shot, and Colm Flynn was right there, made the nice stop, kept his composure, and I think that's something that head coach Moran looked at and realized if you have 2 halves of that, Flynn is your guy.
Yeah, 100%. Flynn has his bright spots in net, and then there's other down points, but I think you got to take the good with the bad.
Yeah, and like I said, he's got a ton of upside to him. You do have P.J. Verdi, the junior, who they could go to on any given day. So they definitely have depth at goalie, and then a couple other guys down the list that they could go to if they really need.
Alakwa takes it down the alley, shot over the net, and Verdi actually tore his ACL last season, late in the JV season for Chaminade. And that was an unfortunate sight. He's been recovering ever since, and I think the real question is he healthy enough to get back on the field? He thinks he is, and I believe he is, as Creo fires the cannon from goal line extended high and makes it 10-5. Creo gets his first goal of the game.
Yeah, great goal there from Creo, and I think the big thing Chaminade's doing is you can kind of tell is they're trying to go high on Cam Weibel, and I don't think that the speed is really, or not the speed, but the height of Weibel is really played into Chaminade's shots and resulting in them going a little high and missing the goal by a bit. So it's something that they definitely need to get adjusted to, and Creo, they're finding that sweet spot and going to the top shelf.
Face-off will be Filippelli and Kaminsky again. Ball for Chaminade. Ball comes up with it after a difficult possession. And now it'll be a slash on Darien. Chaminade takes possession. And now Gary Correa getting a little dicey with Darien.
Yeah, John, ever since that first check from Christian Allegro, this game is just absolutely turned on with the intensity and the aggressiveness that's happening, and there might be a little tensions flaring between these teams, and it's going to be definitely interesting here in the final 20 minutes of play or so.
Ball, the freshman, wins his first face-off on varsity against Ty Kaminsky, a highly touted guy, the 3-star committed to Lafayette. Matt Burns now getting his time back in. Burns committed to Navy. We haven't really seen him much on the field today, but he's definitely been a huge part of this Chaminade offense.
Yeah, he has. If you have someone of that caliber on the field, I mean, he really turns any offense on. 1 goal in the season, and he's definitely got a lot more games left to play, and I think that number is definitely going to rise.
Burns, swim move over to the left side. Lau can't control the one-handed pass, and now Darien gets it back. Darien just working up that right wing. Jeremiah Stafford retrieving all the way back. Balsamo chasing him everywhere he goes. Bad pass from Stafford, and now Lau's got a one-on-one with Weibel. He goes under, and he scoops it in.
Wow, that is, I mean, that's what you practice right there, a one-on-one situation. Cam Weibel, there's not much you can do in that situation. You just got to try to make your presence, try to get something on the ball, and a great job by Chaminade to finish that off.
An incredible play right there from Aiden Lau. Gets the steal in transition, and the one-on-one plays it beautifully to switch the tides.
Yeah, we talked about how this first half, and that wasn't really the game we thought we were going to see, and I think this is the game we thought we were going to see. Chaminade coming out of the half firing a 2-0 streak in the second half. So they've tied their goal totals for each of the quarters, looking to add to it.
The face-off ball wins yet again. The freshman's going crazy today. And William Ball wins yet another face-off for Varsity Lacrosse, finds himself open, and the Fogo's not going. Now he trots back to the end of the field.
That's some speed right there from Ball, getting all the way now off to the bench and bringing the new attacker on.
And he'll be greeted politely by the rest of the Chaminade team on the sideline. Landolfi, high goal line extended. Landolfi with an open look doesn't take it, looks to pass inside. Pass over to Alakwa. Alakwa comes off a pick in the middle of the slot. Alakwa down the alley, right-hand shot, no good.
He's definitely been missing high all game. And that time was trying to go to that upper corner and just couldn't find it. And Chaminade's keeping with the ball.
Creo's got it from the X, guarded by Stafford. Stafford picks it out. And now Darien takes possession. Weibel gets it back to Brian Martin. Martin, one of the best long sticks on Darien. And now Joe Caesar taking on every single man that Chaminade's got. And he gets the clear.
It's going to be interesting, though, with the Darien game plan, as given the fact that it's now only a 4-goal lead. Are they going to slow it down for a little bit more? And I think we might see that just for a couple more minutes until Chaminade really cuts the deficit back into maybe a 3- or 2-goal game. So Darien, I don't think, is really going to be in any rush whatsoever.
Balsamo also takes his first rest of the game. Minicusi takes the shot, or Minikis, no good.
It's a good drive there for Matthew Minikis, using the speed, going right up that lane, and now keeping it to Barnett.
Now back up the sideline is Barnett. Back over to Caesar. Caesar down, finds a man inside. Picorni tries the sidearm shot, no good.
That's definitely what's been a downside for Chaminade all game, is Darien's taking these shots, staying with the possession, and keep adding it on. That's something they got to try to cut down, and a missed shot, get the rebound, or really try to just get the possession, or just like that, turn it over.
Alakwa picks it loose, and now he takes it in transition. A 4-on-3 opportunity for Chaminade. Creo, no shot. Creo turns around, shoots it, and scores. The deficit is cut to 3. Darien scoreless in this quarter. Chaminade has scored 3 goals. Creo with 2, Lau with 1, and now the wave is scary.
Wow, that is a big-time play just from a junior. I mean, he got the ball quick, took his time, made the little step back, went to that right side, and sent it right past Weibel. A big play just from the junior from the Flyers.
And a common phrase that goes around the stands afterwards is, "That kid's good," which, yes, he is. Kaminsky immediately wins the faceoff, cuts it in, and Brady Picorni strikes immediately back at Chaminade to switch the tide. And now they're just going to look to roll this clock. 11-7 now the score. 5:42 remaining here in the third quarter.
I think that's exactly what Darien was looking to do. They saw Chaminade was on the very big stretch this quarter, the 3-0 run. Just get it to Picorni, put the quick one in the back of the net, and calm down a little bit of the Chaminade momentum.
Chaminade on their high horse almost forgot that a game was going on. And now Picorni gets an open look on the doorstep with an easy shot and score. Ball goes back for the faceoff after getting dominated last time around. Ball gets tossed on the floor. No call is made.
Yeah, the Chaminade bench was definitely looking for a call there, and they didn't get it. Sometimes you just got to let the play happen.
Now in the middle of the field is Evanchik. And now Minikis trips out. Chaminade regains possession. Healy comes out for Flaherty. And Collette also trots off the field in exchange for Alakwa. Pat Flaherty takes it up the center circle. Flaherty keeps it in his stick. The midi for Icon Lacrosse will now jog off after getting the clearance.
Yeah, they're going to look to get it to Balsamo here. Has a couple goals in this one, looking to just get it to some big-time goal scorers. Creo has definitely shown he is willing to play this second half and get the Flyers right back in the game. So they have the weapons to go to. It's just a matter of which one do they pick.
Landolfi keeps it in the left hand. The lefty Navy commit junior. Landolfi takes it to the middle, puts the stick on his back foot. Takes the shot wide right. And now Balsamo will take it back in. Balsamo fairly quiet this half, took his first rest of the game. Balsamo looks to not be quiet. Underhand scoop, no good. And now they'll call it a shot from the crease. Balsamo unhappy with that one, but they just got to keep it moving. Darien will keep possession. Weibel stays in the game. Allegro takes it down the sideline. Met immediately behind the back, and now Chaminade retains possession. And now looking to take it in quickly is Flaherty. Flaherty's going to back it out from goal line extended. Flaherty gets it back in the position, just passing it around with Landolfi. Alakwa comes back deep. Stutter step down the right alley. Alakwa doesn't take the shot. Creo now in the X position. Creo comes back up. Turnaround shot, no good. Chaminade dives forward and gets it.
Like I said, it's just lacrosse is a game of possessions, and just keeping the possession after a shot like that, keeping the offense going, really goes a long way.
Score 11-7 in favor of Darien. Balsamo cuts it inside. Spins back out, now in the middle of the slot. Balsamo spins again, spins yet again. Puts him in the blender, but can't get the shot to go.
Once again, if you're Chaminade, just keep shooting. Eventually one of them's going to fall, and you just got to keep going, keep trying, and you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yeah, these faster, less drawn-out plays have definitely been working out this half to pile on the momentum. Creo, nearing the crease, takes it back out to his regular X position, guarded by Stafford. Creo takes it up. Creo looks for the shot, loses the ball in his spoon. And now it's a battle on the floor. The egg hunt goes to Darien. Specifically, Mac McGarren, the Bucknell University commit, comes up with it. Balsamo gets the check, jars it loose, but can't keep control of it. 3:08 remaining in the third quarter, 11-7 the score in favor of Darien. Darien had an extremely dominant first half, but this third quarter has definitely not gone their way.
Yeah, and like I said, they tried to claw a little bit way back into it. There's still a fourth quarter left to play. Darien with the 4-goal lead. They're going to keep trying to add some on and build back that lead they had going into the half.
Now with it is Barnett. Barnett back out to Finn Picorni. Finn Picorni comes all the way down from center circle, guarded by Carson Healy. Now Caesar. Caesar into Brady Picorni. Brady Picorni, the falling shot, no good. Rather, Minikis with the falling shot. Picorni gets it into Finn. The cousin connection will result in a Darien turnover. Chaminade regains possession, and now their defenders sprint off the field in the aid of the offense.
And now Chaminade needing the quick restart, 2:20. They definitely have time to put a goal up here if they can get the good shot, and they just got to use their speed to their advantage.
Gary Correa puts a man on the floor for the clearance, and now 2:10 is the time remaining in this third. Chaminade's got all the time in the world to make it a 3-goal deficit yet again. Balsamo all the way down from center circle, works just inside the right side of the alley. Balsamo with the scoop shot, no good. Minute 52 now. Matt Burns takes it in from goal line extended, cuts it inside. Matt Burns kicks it to X, actually goes himself to it. Matt Burns comes all the way up. Now with the shot and a score. Chaminade strikes back. Justin McMahon, the UPenn commit, gets his 3rd goal of the season.
Wow, that's a big-time goal right there by McMahon, and it's a 3-goal lead right back, and Chaminade's really clawed their way right back into this game this half, and I believe that's their, I want to say, 4th goal of the quarter. That's doubling their entire score from the entire first half, so they definitely stepped something up coming out of the half.
The offense has been what we've expected out of Chaminade, 100%. The potent offense from Chaminade is exactly what is expected going into this game, and now it's being shown as Philippelli wins the faceoff. Ball on the ground, Ty Kaminsky comes back up with it. Philippelli wins the clamp, Kaminsky wins possession. Caesar into the X spot, guarded by Collette. Collette chasing him down. Caesar kicks to Barnett. Barnett back to Caesar in the X spot. Caesar, a looping pass. Now Picorni just outside of the high slot.
Yeah, Darien's slowing it down. They're looking for potentially a final shot. A minute left in the 3rd quarter. They're just going to keep the ball moving.
Now Allegro. Allegro from the wing. Guarded by Flaherty. Allegro spins back into the crease. Takes the shot and scores. Just outside of it, rather. But Allegro strikes again. Makes it 12-8 in favor of Darien with 49 seconds remaining.
That's another big goal right there from Allegro off to Navy by way of Taft next year. And he is just an overall talented athlete, great on the football field, great on the lacrosse field, driving his way inside and sending one past Flynn.
Allegro's got the light blonde hair hanging out of the back of the helmet, and he's been putting on a performance today. Ball wins the faceoff, poked out again by Ty Kaminsky, but Kaminsky touches it with his hand to put it into his stick. And now with 43 seconds remaining, Chaminade's got time to put up a shot.
Yeah, they definitely are going to hold it for the last shot, 40 seconds. Of course, no shot clock in these high school games, so they're in no rush whatsoever, and except for the clock, that is. But they're definitely going to try to set up a nice shot, maybe get it to a Balsamo or a Creo, and just try to go down with a 3-goal deficit going into actually the end of the 3rd quarter. Wow.
19 seconds on the clock. Balsamo spins into the middle of the slot. Shoots the underhand and scores. The worm shot is good. Makes it 3 goals in between the two teams with 15 seconds remaining.
And I mean, there is still time, John. Can't count it out. 15 seconds, a quick face-off. If Kaminsky can come away with it, or if William Ball can get something that he's been doing just a great job of, is taking down Kaminsky on that face-off. So you never know.
Ball is that safety blanket for Chaminade, where if Philippelli's not playing good, you can slot him right in. And he's been doing exactly that today. Face-off, battle for it. Kaminsky bodies William Ball to get off of him, but Chaminade ends up winning it. Owen Murphy comes up with it, the long stick midi. Murphy tries getting it back, flips it back in possession. The ground ball goes to Darien. And now Darien flips it back up, and that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. Was not a quick face-off for either team, so no team able to capitalize. And now Chaminade cuts the deficit to 3, 12-9 the score right now. Everything went right that could have possibly gone right. But what specifically was the biggest factor in cutting the deficit to now 3?
I think the big thing, John, is they were just making the goals. They were getting the shots, sending them to the back of the net, and that's something they doubled their goal total in the first half just in that one quarter alone. So if they can do that again, cut that deficit down, they could be a really interesting final minutes of lacrosse here.
100% could be a very interesting game. I mean, you can never count out a number 12 team in the country versus a number 18. Darien just has to stay strong. The offense hasn't gotten very many possessions, and I think that's exactly what they need right now. They just need to get the ball. William Ball has been great on the faceoffs in that third quarter, and I think he really was a momentum shifter that's helped out. I mean, Ty Kaminsky is not an easy guy to beat on a faceoff, but he's been doing it successfully, getting Chaminade possessions, and shots have been plentiful for the Flyers this quarter.
Yeah, and like I said, Darien, they were trying to slow the ball down to start the half, and Chaminade used that to their advantage, knowing that Darien wasn't going to take the shots, to put the shots up, beat Cam Weibel, put the goals in the back of the net, and I mean, it's going to be interesting. Only down by 3 goals with 12 minutes left to play. It's possible.
100% it is possible. Chaminade would be clawing back from a deficit of 6 if they were to win this game. At the half, it was 10-4. Chaminade more than doubled their point total in that third quarter, and now they go into the fourth with all the momentum on their side. But maybe that's not what you want. Maybe you do want to go in as that underdog type of beat, because Chaminade went into the third quarter in that exact fashion, and now they do have momentum, but do you want to go in hungrier than you've ever been?
Yeah, and that's going to be interesting. As they're playing well right now, it's an interesting thing to think about. But Chaminade's playing hot right now. They're going to try to carry that into this fourth quarter. And even look at the box score in this game. It's been 5-2 in each quarter. Only the difference is in that third quarter. It was flipped 5 goals for Chaminade, 2 for Darien.
Face-off between Ball and Kaminsky. Ball lines up on the opposite side. Battle for the clamp. Kaminsky scoops it up. Now the midfielders come in for Chaminade. Correa tries bodying a Darien defender. Correa prowling on the floor, and he comes up with it. Correa gets a slash, and now he's on the floor. Correa just bodying everybody, puts it on the ground, and now it'll be a stoppage in play as Correa gets the possession for Chaminade. An incredible play from the junior with interest from multiple big colleges.
Yeah, that was a big-time play right there, getting physical and getting the possession with Chaminade, especially only a 3-goal deficit. They really could use that.
Big-time players make big-time plays, and that's exactly what just happened. 11:37 on the clock. 12-9 is the score. The regular players out there for Chaminade, including Flaherty, Creo, Landolfi, Balsamo, Lau, as well as Alakwa. And the defenders stay the same for Darien as well. Creo at the top of the slots, a decision we were unsure of at the beginning of the third, but clearly it was working out. Landolfi now gets it again. Landolfi feeds Balsamo on the wing. Creo gets it in the middle of the slot, now Alakwa. Flaherty comes up from goal line extended, flips it over to Landolfi. Landolfi to Balsamo, tries finding Alakwa inside, can't do so. Flaherty fires the tough shot, and it's over the back of the net. Balsamo now will take it in for Chaminade. 11 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, like I said, they do have the man-up advantage right now, and they definitely need to take advantage and capitalize and try to put a goal up on the board and cut it down to a 2-goal deficit.
Alakwa into Lau. Lau trying to get Allegro off of him, just passes out of it. Balsamo comes down, the touted bounce shot. Now Landolfi tries a bounce shot of his own. Both don't work out. 2 incredible back-to-back saves from Weibel.
And that is Cam Weibel, a senior, first year playing on varsity, making a big-time stop right there to kill the Chaminade momentum. And any second now, Darien should get that player back on the field.
And Balsamo shot one of his most touted shots. The bounce shot worked so well for him. He scored 2 out of his 3 goals on it versus Iona Prep. And Weibel just deals with it perfectly.
Yeah, and that's all he's really got to do. 10 minutes left. Just stall him for a couple more minutes. 3 goals. He has some room for error.
And the shot from Joe Caesar is good. Caesar goes over the top of Colm Flynn. And it dribbles into the back of the net. 13-9 now the score in favor of Darien.
That's a big play right there, going in and putting another one up on the board for the future Georgetown lacrosse player, Joe Caesar. And Darien's just keeping the pedal to the metal, as we said, keeping the goals on, not letting them, not letting Chaminade get back in this game at all.
Yeah, Chaminade had a ton of momentum going into this quarter, and now it's just all been erased. Filippelli back on the face-off, rather ball stays on it. Kaminsky getting body checks from everywhere. Kaminsky now double-teamed, falls to the floor. How does he still keep the ball in his stick?
And timeout, I think Darien are going to give it.
Ty Kaminsky, what a display of dominance.
Yeah.
Took shots from everywhere, fell on the floor, was able to still keep it in his stick. And somehow, some way, he manages to force a Darien timeout, and now they've got possession with 9:48 on the clock, looking to make it a 5-goal lead.
Yeah, Kaminsky's just a physical guy, and he can take a lot. I've been mentioning all game his football season in the fall, and I mean, there was times he would get a tackle and would take 8 defenders with him into the end zone. So really, it takes a lot of guys to stop Ty Kaminsky, and Chaminade hasn't really figured it out yet.
Yeah, he was 2021 FCIAC all-second team for the conference. The 3-star recruit is not scared of a little ground and pound.
Yeah, not at all, and I think it really builds into this Darien team that they came into Chaminade knowing it was going to be a tough game, was up to the challenge, and they've really just not let anything, any silly mistakes on them. They've given it their all today, and I think the scoreboard reflects that. And
the Darien fans have definitely been helping out. A very good showing, as we were talking about earlier. They've definitely shown support for the team in a good battle as it's been so far.
Yeah, and like I said, only an hour trip on a Saturday. It's an easy trip you got to make for this good of a matchup, and a matchup that 2 years ago, and they were supposed to play on ESPN in the Geico Showcase, and COVID happened. But this isn't ESPN, but it's still a great game, and it should be an interesting finish, though.
It's local live in the DAF network, so I think it matches up just slightly.
Nonetheless, though, those Geico Showcases, they do always extravagant every year, getting the best teams around the nation really to play over at St. Anthony's School. And I mean, it would have been a great matchup if they played it in 2020, but I think it builds into this matchup a little bit better, the more anticipation and the least you know about the opponent, because you've never played before. So the winner of this is going to be undefeated against the other school.
That is true. The history will be in favor of the winning team today. There was no history going into this one, as you stated, so now whatever team wins has the bragging rights over the Connecticut or New York team.
And, of course, always it's a long pipeline you see between these teams playing the Long Island teams and the Connecticut teams. I think Chaminade, they got a couple on their schedule, Fairfield Prep, Wilton. I thought there was one more on there. But they play a couple Connecticut teams, a couple New Jersey teams.
Staples is definitely one that they also play.
Like I said, so a couple good FCIAC teams. I mean, when you look at lacrosse in the state of Connecticut, it really is the FCIAC, and then the rest of the conference, the rest of the state really is kind of the other team trying to slow down the FCIAC, and they're just such a powerhouse in the state.
The FCIAC also plays some great New York teams, such as both Chaminade and St. Anthony's. As a shot from Minikis. Incredible top cheddar to make it 5 goals.
That's just a great shot right there. We've been mentioning 5'8" Colm Flynn, and he really can't do anything when that one's over his head, and besides trying to put the stick up and hope that it hits something.
Yeah, Flynn had a really good third quarter. The first half was questionable, but this quarter has not done him so well. Now Filippelli and Kaminsky are back in the square. Filippelli comes up with a clean one, and now he's able to flip it in transition to Gavin Creo. Filippelli will run off the field immediately. Replacing him will be Jack Flaherty. Creo comes down the alley, looks for the pass, doesn't see one. Creo now in the X. Creo looking for his options, now to Alakwa. Alakwa to Flaherty at the top. Flaherty comes down, bodies a man on his way there. Balsamo, Alakwa. Alakwa takes the sidearm. Saved by Weibel, stays Chaminade ball.
Actually, John, I do need to correct something I said earlier. Christian Allegro off to Avon next year, not Taft, but still a great athlete in Christian Allegro. Just to correct that there, what I said earlier.
Score is 14-9, 8:35 remaining in the game. Burns down to Balsamo. Balsamo comes all the way down. The jump bounce shot, no good. Chaminade will get the ball back yet again. 8:22 is on the clock until this game is all wrapped up. Creo. High goal line extended. Creo comes up to the middle of the slot. Creo past to Balsamo. Balsamo the shot. Fires a cannon into the back of the net. And now Chaminade's in double digits. 14-10 is the score in favor of the Blue Wave.
That's a nice shot from Balsamo right there. He definitely has had at least 4 goals for Chaminade, so at least half of them have come from the stick of Charles Balsamo, and he's just a great lacrosse player, and he's going to be a big impact for the Flyers all season.
Balsamo's point tally is slowly heading up to the top of the ranks. The 4-star due commit is nothing short of incredible.
Yeah, and like I said, especially if you try to make those late runs in the Catholic High School League and into the state playoffs, that's really a guy you need.
Kaminsky takes it down, takes the shot, goes off the foot of Colm Flynn, and now Kaminsky is down. Gets back up quickly. Came straight off the fist right there, holding his hip. And he's kind of stopped in his tracks.
That's not good. That's not what Darien wants to see. Kaminsky entering play today was dealing with some injuries and was cleared to play for today. So that's a player you definitely don't want to see go down. And he's definitely a big guy that's helped Darien on the face-off circle and really help out their offense, getting a nice ovation as he leaves the field.
Now you've got some decisions to make in terms of face-offs. Do you go to Jack Silsby because Kaminsky has been on every single face-off this entire game. So now if he is to be injured, is Silsby the guy you go with, or do you go with maybe a long stick to kind of combat Chaminade? A lot of decisions are to be made.
Yeah, there's a lot to be made, and I don't think Darien was looking to get in this position where they needed to find another face-off guy, and they have the depth. I know Minikis took some last year. We could see him, but I think Silsby probably is the guy they're going to go to, just a sophomore, and might be a little bit more of an easier match for Ball, the freshman, 200-classman going at it in the circle, potentially.
Pass into Minikis. Rather Caesar. Minikis now has it on the right hash. Into the center of the slot is Picorni. Now back to Minikis. Minikis finds Brady Picorni. Puts up a shot. Rolls over, and now Chaminade gets the ball back. Flaherty will be taking it in for the potential clearing. 7 minutes on the clock. Darien lead 14-10. An extremely high-scoring contest here today. Normally, when you score 10 goals, you're the team that's going to be in favor. Alakwa takes it down, bounce shot, no good. But as I was saying, normally if you're a team that's scoring 10 goals in a game, you're going to be on top. But that is not the case today. Darien with 14 to combat Chaminade's 10.
Yeah, that's the thing when you get 2 of these top teams in the nation. It's normally an offensive battle, not much defense, because all these teams just have such valuable weapons on the offense, and they all come to play, and they all try to put on the show, put the goals in the back of the net. So if you're a goalie, these are the teams you don't want to be playing.
And the comparison that comes to mind is the NBA, where defense isn't bad. It's just that players are so good.
Yeah, especially here. You really can't contain some of these athletes. You know, you got Balsamo, Minikis, Picorni. I mean, there's just some you really can't stop, and you just got to try your best to slow them down a little.
Alakwa into Creo. Creo comes up, takes the turnaround. That one skied over. 6:18 now remaining. Darien up 4.
And that's a tough shot from Creo. He's trying to go over Jeremiah Stafford in the process over Weibel. So there's not much he really could do there except soar one.
Flaherty turns it around, has to get a quick pass out. Landolfi tries getting the shot, but Weibel retains his position immediately, stopping any Chaminade shot.
I think that's the big thing for Chaminade is in the past they've been able just to drive inside and really put up a closer shot, and Darien's doing a good job pushing them away and playing a tighter man-to-man defense, and it's really resulted in the score we see today. Darien up 4 goals.
Yeah, they've got tall guys, but they're athletes at the same exact time. Matt Burns with the sidearm. Chaminade stays with it. You can see right there, Matt Burns' shot just goes wide.
They got to slow this down here and not use all the time, but definitely set up a perfect shot.
Creo comes around the crease, and Chaminade's knocking on the door.
That's exactly what Creo needed right there, keeping the Flyers in this game, showing them they're not done yet. 5.5 minutes left, down by 3. It's they still have a lot of hope left in them.
14-11. Now the score. Chaminade back down 3 with 5:30 remaining. It ain't over yet. And Kaminsky is back in the face-off square, so the injury is out of his mind. Filippelli in for Chaminade. Filippelli tries getting to the ball. A hold from Kaminsky results in a Chaminade win.
They're going to give Medwar a chance here. I think it's the first time he's out on the field trying to give another short stick defender out there, try to combat some of this Chaminade offense.
Balsamo looked to take a shot early, decided not to, instead now sets a pick for Creo as he comes around the crease. Creo with a hard check coming from Stafford. Now Alakwa takes it down, goal line very extended.
Yeah, that's exactly why they brought Medwar in, trying to play that tight man-to-man defense, get Alakwa to kind of push out and force the pass.
Alakwa comes back up, Landolfi with the leaping shot. Wide right. 4:49 now remaining. Chaminade need to put some points on the board if they want to get back in this. Balsamo comes around the keys, flip in. Flaherty can't put it in.
That was a nice cut there from Jack Flaherty, trying to send it past Weibel, just going to the left of Weibel, but the possession is staying with the Flyers.
Flaherty with a wide open look right there, just could not convert, and Chaminade really needed that. Creo now into Balsamo. Balsamo takes it up, goal line extended high. Balsamo now floods to the middle of the slot. Balsamo goes near slot now. Balsamo looks for the shot into Creo. Creo comes up the crease. Lefty shot right into the stick of Balsamo.
Risky pass, but it looks like they converted it. Now Flaherty's going to try.
Flaherty comes in, takes the shot straight off the bottom of the shaft of Weibel.
That's a big save from Weibel, and Darien's now going to try to slow it down and not force many not make many turnovers rather, because Chaminade has shown they're going to take the shots, put the pressure on. So Darien needs to be much smarter with these passes.
And now with under 4 minutes remaining, Chaminade is in crunch time, and they must be worried. Chaminade's brought in a lot of their short stick D middies because they need to press up and get a turnover now.
Yeah, they definitely do. Healy, you see, Collette, a couple of them they're bringing out. They definitely just need to force a turnover, and Darien, you have to be crisp with those passes.
Now 3:20 remaining. Bradish setting checks to Caesar. Picorni out by the 40 on the wing. Carson Healy's got to step up on him. Healy takes him to his right hand. Picorni takes it all the way down to the X slot. And now Darien is just going to take their time on this possession. Chaminade needs to score 3 goals in under 3 minutes.
Yeah, Minikis is just going to, pass it around, get the, just give it to the Picornis, give it to Barnett, just keep it moving and keep the clock ticking.
And Chaminade's got to play more aggressive defense here. You have to score 3 goals in not much time. Time is not allowing for slouching right now. Picorni comes around the defense from Healy. Picorni spins out of the defense. Picorni. Pass out to Caesar in the X. Caesar all the way to Minikis. Minikis doesn't take the shot, takes the second shot. And it's into the back of the net. Colm Flynn stays on the ground for an extra second in despair. As now Darien commands a 4-goal lead with 2:19 remaining. Minikis might have just ended it.
That might have been the dagger right there, and Minikis faking out that first shot, finding the perfect one, taking the second opportunity, and a 4-goal lead now. Chaminade really just needs to win those faceoffs, get the quick goals, and do that a couple times.
An unfortunate event for Chaminade as they were piling on a comeback. They now have a 15-11 deficit to combat. Filippelli now on the ground because of Kaminsky. They'll call a hold on Darien, and now it'll be Chaminade ball. The Darien crowd is not very happy along with the sideline. Creo feeds it into Flaherty immediately. The worm shot comes off the foot of Weibel.
That's a big save from Weibel right there. 2 minutes left, and Chaminade, it's really go time now, and they need to put something on the board and break Cam Weibel, or else they might be coming out of here with a loss.
Balsamo down the alley, the bounce shot no good. Chaminade just needs to pound shots in. Under 2 minutes now, Chaminade have a deficit of 4, and they'll call timeout. 15-11 is the score. Darien has played incredible through and through. The third quarter was a little bit shaky, but they came right back this quarter and have deserved this lead.
Yeah, and I think the big thing in that third quarter is they were just taking it slow, and they realized they had a 6-goal lead. You know, force Chaminade to make those shots, make the goals, and they did just that when you gave them the opportunity. And then fourth quarter, Darien really stepped it right back up and put the goals back on the board. Cam Weibel has been stellar between the pipes for the Blue Wave today, holding a tough Chaminade offense to only 11 goals compared to their 14 and their 2 winners, 2 of their 3 winners rather. So it's been just a good team performance for the Wave, and a minute 52. Chaminade, they have some hope. It's not a lot, but there is still some on that Flyer sideline.
Yeah, I mean, you can never count Chaminade out, no matter how much time is on the clock, but it's looking like this game might be all wrapped up. Weibel, what a performance in net. His 6'4" stature truly threw Chaminade for a loop. Some of those high shots that they normally attempt, they had to get even higher, and it just was not working out today. Weibel put in a great performance. The defense for Chaminade could have been better, but I don't know what you would attribute to. What would you attribute it more to, the goalie or the Chaminade defense as a whole?
I mean, I think that it's really kind of both sides of their fault. I mean, Flynn is getting just absolutely, I mean, he's getting peppered with shots there, and the defense, I mean, they're not doing a great job protecting them, but the offense really has got to try to step it up, make the better shots, and I think that they probably could have had a little bit more than 11 goals for Chaminade if they really made those better shots.
And Flynn's a great guy in net, but if shots are just getting tossed at him every second, as Balsamo takes a shot off the leg of Weibel, if shot is just going at him every second, it's pretty difficult to keep up. Correa takes it down the alley, has to take the shot, and it's in the back of the net. Chaminade's got to move quick now. 1:35 remaining, down 3.
Yeah, Weibel was looking to use that shoulder, and it just goes over his right shoulder into the net. So a big goal there from Chaminade, and 3 goals in 95 seconds. It's not completely impossible, but it's definitely looking slim.
Correa gets his first goal of the game. He's had a very good performance, especially on those face-offs where he gets into the mix and gets a body on a guy. 1:35, Chaminade down 3, 15-12 the score. Correa gets it back out, and he's got to sprint it down. Under 1:30 now remaining. The Flyers have a long way to go. Fake pass in, Flaherty now. Flaherty comes off a pick, up in the middle of the slot. Flaherty, bad pass into Landolfi, and that might have just sealed it up. Landolfi's got a guard up close. Weibel now has it in his own crease, and they're just going to kick it around. Stafford now, Creo trying to get to him before crossing half. He cannot. 1:04 on the clock. And that turnover from Flaherty might have just put a stamp on this envelope.
It might have, under a minute now.
50 seconds. Darien just in the X spot. Now double teamed is Manikis. Minikis. Back in the X. Passes it back to Strub. Strub double teamed. 30 seconds now.
Darien sideline now starting to get a little bit excited. They know the clock's ticking out, and they might be pulling up an upset against the Chaminade Flyers.
And now Chaminade looks as if all their desires of hope are gone. 20 seconds now. Triple teams being sent everywhere. Collette puts a check on a man. Murphy now. Strub is triple teamed. Big body from Griffin Cole. Flags fly. 5 seconds now remaining. This clock will run all the way down. And Darien pulls off the upset versus the Chaminade Flyers in Gold Star Stadium. Chaminade loses this game 15-12, and the Blue Wave is riding.
Yes, they are, John. That is a big win from the team right there. Cam Weibel getting the dog pile as it's deserved. A stellar performance from him, making the big saves. And, I mean, that's just a great performance from the Blue Wave. And Chaminade, there's definitely some things they can learn from this and move on to St. Anthony's. Definitely
a learning experience for the Flyers, but we talk a lot about Cam Weibel. I feel like we should talk some more about Brady Picorni. Picorni put in an absolutely stellar performance today. No understatement, had a hat trick in this game, possibly even more. 15-12 the final score, a fully offensive-based game. A sad loss for Chaminade in Mineola, and maybe next year they'll get their vengeance in Connecticut. But as of now, Chaminade has to walk off the field in their loss.
Yeah, and I think the other thing you got to look at, John, is Darien without Jeff Braymeyer today. So great job by Chris Segreta, Greg Lewis, the rest of the coaching staff to step up and take the trip to New York and come out of here with a win.
Braymeyer can't add to his win tally, especially against one of the best teams in New York. And now Chaminade comes out of this game with a loss, and now they have to go into their next game versus St. Anthony's on Wednesday with that in mind. Hopefully they come out with that winning attitude, which they could not in that first quarter. Everything kind of went wrong in that first half for Chaminade, getting outscored 5-2 in both the first and the second. And there's no way you can really combat that. They had a really strong third, pretty strong fourth, but when you start out the game, when you end a half 10-4, there's really nothing you can do from there. So they got to just manage the goals from St. Anthony's.
Yeah, and that's the thing is when you play a team like the St. Anthony's Friars, 5-0 on the year, you got to play a full 48 minutes. You really can't come out here and slack off until the second half. And I think that's really what killed Chaminade, only scoring the 4 goals in the first half. Because if they have more offensive production in that first half, that 15-12 could be a 15-14 or even a closer game than that.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Darien put out an incredible performance today, and respect to the Blue Wave. But Chaminade, if they want to win next time around, they have to put in a better performance than they did today in that first half, where they usually strive, but today was their downturn.
Yeah, well, yes, it was, and it's definitely a lot they can learn from this. Head coach Jack Moran is definitely going to use this as a learning experience. We saw in that Iona Prep game not scoring in the second quarter, and really today just struggling in the entire first half. So that's something they got to look at heading into the rest of their schedules with some tough teams, St. Anthony's, Fairfield Prep, Wilton, really just playing a full 48 minutes. You got to come out of the gate firing, John. I mean, you can't wait until the second half, and that's really, I mean, I said it before, that's what I think lost Chaminade the game today. Not a single player, just the fact they couldn't really produce in the first half.
Yeah, the team production in the first and the second definitely was not there today from as you said, no specific player, but everybody as a team, as a collective. Maybe the chemistry wasn't there, and it's something they'll develop in practice hopefully before Wednesday. Because if they come out flat like they did today, it's going to be a tough scene for Chaminade and the Flyers. Yeah,
and I mean, I think it's a great game. Darien's got a lot to learn from this as well. They have a tough schedule coming up: Richfield, New Canaan, Yorktown. So 3 tough games. But if they can play like they did today, I think they've got no reason to be scared, and they could potentially get some more wins this year.
Yep, and yet again, the Chaminade Sports Broadcasting Team program, specifically me, John Baccio, and James Griffin on the camera, worked together today with DAF Media to produce this broadcast. Braden, would you like to shout out the cast?
Yeah, our beautiful crew today, all student volunteers from Darien High School, taking the long road trip from Darien, Connecticut. You got to give them some credit there. The faithful Luke Damel, Michael Mercine, and Connor Sini, and our DAF Media Advisor, Damian Andrew, doing a great job setting this all up and really getting us ready for this game. And we thank you, John, and the whole Chaminade Sports Broadcasting team for letting us come up here and stream this game and give the viewers what they want here, some high school lacrosse on a Saturday afternoon.
100%, and we thank you guys for giving us the offer of coming down. DAF Media is a joint venture between the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation. We truly do thank you guys for coming down. Did make the broadcast a whole lot better, as you guys can see through the replays of this game. 15-2 is the final score. 15-12, rather, in favor of Darien. And the Blue Wave ride out of Chaminade with a win, the first one against Chaminade in their team's history. We will see you all in the next one. Everybody, have a great Saturday.